2017 for all of us. I really do. I think it's going to be a great year. I'm not sure if we ever started a year where we are. Some of you might have to remind me, but you know how we're not right on the top of what you would say seller's market, but we're slowly coming down off of a seller's market. I don't remember ever starting a year this way. Do y'all? It seems like always this time of year is a buyer's market. Is it just me, or am I imagining that? It's typically a buyer's market right now this time of year, isn't it? And I don't know if that's what's spurring my excitement or feelings about this year, but it just feels like because we're starting off in a seller's market, kind of, right on that cusp of going down to become a buyer's market, it just feels like this is going to give us that momentum that we need to really soar this year. If I'm wrong, forget that I said this. If I'm right, all of you have to tell me thank you as the year starts going, okay? But I'm going to predict it good no matter what. So anyway, guys, what we're doing today is we are focusing on our new Playster website. Our Playster website is a phenomenal site. I was very grateful to Garrett for posting that video. If you had not seen that video, it's a great video to give you just a brief overview of what your Playster website can do for you. Keller Williams partnered up with Playster because Playster was one of the most popular real estate websites out there. So they are available to other agents, not just Keller Williams agents. Although because we contacted Playster and we worked out kind of like a bulk deal, bulk rate, because we do have the largest agent count in the world. We have, by the way, guys, I think they're going to talk about it a lot more at Family Reunion come early February, but we did surpass 140,000 agents in the United States. Wow. So that's pretty impressive. That's just in the United States. We're over 150,000 worldwide, but 140,000 just in the United States. So that's really impressive. What that means for all of us is that's great referral opportunities. So don't ever pass up the opportunity to market out there to where you used to live, outside of Texas, outside of Houston. Remember, Houston is still the 4th largest city in the United States. That means we get a lot of people coming in here. I hear agents all the time say, well, I don't really have a good database just yet because I just moved here. You still have a great database. You can market to people where you used to live. That's an excellent way to get referrals and build up your referral base and get a little bit of cash on the side without having to do that much work, right? So please don't forget about that. The reason why I mention that is because the best way to attract those people is through the internet, right? So, but as we all know, the internet is really overloaded. There's a lot of information out there. There's a lot of websites out there. In order for you to get search engine optimization, which we call that SEO. You know how we are as real estate agents. We love our acronyms. An acronym is something where you take either a phrase or a combination of words and you take the first letter of each word, and to shorten it, that's an acronym. So SEO stands for Search Engine Optimization. So let me ask you guys something. Since this is an advanced class here, I want to ask a few advanced questions. What is search engine optimization?
Where you have meta tags and meta descriptions that help the search engine spiders to go through and find the data inside your website to get higher rankings on their website.
Very good. It's an excellent description, guys. Did y'all all hear him? I like what you used where you said spider webs, and because that really does give you a good description of what's going on behind the scenes on the internet. It is truly just a bunch of spider webs that are all connected some way, okay? And that's what search engine optimization does for you. You can set meta tags and meta descriptions on your website, which we're going to go over today in this class, to help you so that you can get found through all those spider webs, okay? What is the largest search engine today on the internet? Google. Google, hands down. That's an easy one, right? Hands down, it's Google. Every once in a while, I venture into Bing, or for some reason, sometimes on my computer, Yahoo search will pop up. But for the most part, I'm going through Google. That is your most popular search engine out there today. Okay? There are many different ways that you can get search engine optimization. I've been messing around with technology for quite a few years now. And I don't know about you, I don't know if you remember, there used to be what was called, well there still is what's called algorithms. Anyone know what an algorithm is?
It's a set of formulas put together to look for specific data that will then mine that data to bring back the required result that they originally started to look for.
Great. Another great definition. If you didn't hear him, let me give you the short version of it. It is what determines what shows up on the first page of Google. That's the short term. That's the short definition. Okay. So haven't you ever wondered when you do Google something, when you do put a term in the Google search bar, the Yahoo or the Bing, you put a word or a term and you're looking for something in Google. Haven't you ever wondered why do these things show up on the first page? What determines what shows up on page 1 as opposed to what shows up on page 999?
How much you pay somebody?
How much you pay someone is definitely part of it. Because what shows up at the top of the page 1? Ads, right? How many of you ever click on the ads? Okay, so that's probably a great example. There was probably about 3 of y'all in this class. Look around how many people are in here. What does that tell you? Should you be investing in ads?
Yes.
No, probably not. Not on Google. If you're going to invest in advertisement, Google is probably not the best place to invest your money. The reason being, there was only 3 people in this class who said they clicked on ads. And look at this class, right? So if you're trying to reach as many people as possible, agents ask me all the time, if I want to invest, if I want to put my money into purchasing leads or some type of advertisement, where should I put my money? Well, where am I going to get the biggest bang for my buck? That changes on a daily basis, to be very honest with you. Right now, the biggest bang for, God bless you, the biggest bang for your buck is going to be through Facebook advertisement. Tomorrow, that may change. But right now, it is through Facebook advertisement. So if you are thinking about investing any money into advertisement for leads, Facebook advertisement is your best bang for your buck today. Okay? But again, that changes periodically. The reason why it changes is because of SEO and algorithms. So let's get back to talking about, and the reason why I'm going over all this first is because I'm going to be referring to SEO throughout this class, and I'm going to be referring to algorithms throughout this class, okay? Because I need you to understand this. In order for you to take advantage of the features that your Playster website offers you, you need to understand how it's working for you, okay? Yes, sir.
Also, this class is being recorded, and so if there's something that you need to look back on, it's going to be on the Keller Williams YouTube channel this afternoon. So, just a side note.
Thank you very much for pointing that out. Now I'm just a little bit more nervous. That's okay. Thanks anyway. No, that's fine. Thank you. So guys, the algorithm, the way that you show up on the top page of Google is, yes, to pay for advertisements through Google. The other way is to get the best SEO that you possibly can on your website. If you're wanting your website to show up at the top of Google. Now with Playster, we're very, very fortunate because Playster actually pushes out your content to the search engines. It pushes it to Google. It pushes it to Yahoo. It pushes your content to Bing and all those other search engines out there. So you're really getting optimized search engine optimization. You're really getting the best of the best. So what you need to do, though, is there's certain things you need to do to your website to be able to take advantage of that. Now, algorithms is something, when I was first starting in this industry about 7 years ago, the algorithms were created by, a lot of algorithms were created by the search engines, and that it was kind of like a list of criteria. This is what in order for us to push you up that Google search engines, you're going to have this, 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 and this. And then we'll push you up to the top of Google. That was an algorithm. Well, they would recreate these algorithms about every 6 months. And what would happen is these geeks would come around and they would crack the code, basically. They would crack the algorithm. And then they'd sell it to companies saying, hey, if you want to be up on Google, this is what you need to do. This is Google's new algorithm. And Google would name them. One of the names, the last one that I remember because I just thought it was so cute, it reminds me of that YouTube. Have y'all seen the panda on YouTube? That hiccups?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's the most precious thing. If you don't, you have to Google a YouTube panda. It's precious. It's so cute. But anyway, it always reminds me of that. But there was an algorithm that Google called Panda. Okay? That was the algorithm. They used to even name them. And they would change them about once every 6 months because the code would get cracked. You're no longer available to basically crack the code. There is no such thing anymore. You can't crack the code. And the reason why is because they finally got smart and caught up with all of us. And algorithms now are based off of multitude of things. But one of the main reasons why you can't crack it is because they're based off of your individual IP address on your individual computer and server that you're on at that time. Meaning, for some reason, I don't get on Facebook that often, but when I get on Facebook, the advertisements that come up on the side for Facebook for me are always about shoes. Go figure. I like shoes. But how does it know that I like shoes?
You search.
Your search history.
Because your search history. That's being recorded in the IP address of your computer and the server that you are searching through for the internet. So algorithms are now not just based on general things that people do. Algorithms are based on what you search for. So those tech geeks out there who tell you, oh, in order for you to see where you're going to show up on the Google search engine, just Google yourself. What do you think is going to happen if you Google yourself on your computer?
Come up first.
You're going to come up, right? You're going to come up because you've done other things on your computer. You look for yourself on your computer. You put your name in your computer. You've done searches in your computer, so you're going to come up. Does that necessarily mean that you'll come up on his computer when he Googles you? No. Okay? So we need to be very conscious of what we do on our website in order to push us up the Google search engine. And we need to understand that just because we're getting a top result on our page, on our search, that doesn't mean that people around us or people away from us are getting those top results and that they're seeing us on the top, okay? There are a few things that have remained the same. Whenever you are, to get the best search engine optimization, there are a few things that remain the same. The first thing is when you do a search on Google, the very first thing that Google searches through their database to bring you those results is through keywords in video. Video is king. If you are not into video, get into it. Video is king. And that's the first thing that Google searches for through their database. Now, does Google have a lot of videos to search through?
Yeah.
Newsflash, Google owns YouTube, right? So yes, they have quite a bit of videos to search through. Second thing that Google searches through when you put in a Google search, those words where they're searching through their entire spider web. I'm using that now all the time. They're searching through their entire spider web of data. And what do you think that's for? What's the second thing you think they're searching for when you put in a word? First is video, keywords on videos.
Pictures.
Pictures. Images. Images is the second highest thing that Google searches. But now, does an image have a name? Yeah. And most of us very often make the mistake of uploading our images with the names that the photographers give us, which is typically 123 JK / all these other little codes, right? I'm going to give you a big tip, and I want every single one of you to start doing this today. Whenever you upload a photo, whenever you're getting ready to upload a photo to HAR, that means all your listing photos, to HAR, to your website, to a blog, to anything, anytime you're getting ready to upload a photo onto the internet, you want to make sure before you upload it that you change its name. Change the name of the photo. When you have a listing, a photographer takes pictures of your listings, before he uploads them into HAR for you, you want to make sure that he is changing the name of every photo. To what?
To what?
What do you think you should change it to? The address 1, the address 2, the address 3, the address 4, whatever. But he should be changing the name of all the photos before you upload them into HAR. Because what's HAR?
Search engine.
It's a search engine. It's on the internet, right? So if Google's going to be searching, they're going to go and find 32 photos with that address. Getting it? Is this making sense, guys?
Put your name in there too.
You can. You can also put your name in there, but you want to make it specific to what you're going for. Because how many people are going to search for your name on a Google search engine? Very few, right?
But I don't think you can do that on HAR because you can't have your sign up there.
It has nothing to do with the.
No, it has nothing to do with your sign. It's naming your photos.
But if you put your name on there, will your name pop up with somebody else?
No, ma'am. It's naming your photos. So, like, if I go to my documents on my computer, if I go to my document folder and I open up my document folder, right here under documents, every document has a name. Okay? So I would be naming my photo. That name doesn't show up on the photo.
Okay.
It's what the photo is named in your documents. Okay? So you want to make sure that your photos are always named. And you want them to be named something that someone would actually Google and search for. Okay? If it's a listing, then it's going to be the listing address. If it's a photo, let's say I'm uploading a photo of some ice skaters because I'm talking about the ice skating rink at Discovery Green, what do you think I'm going to name that photo? Discovery Green Ice Skating. Because people might Google ice skating or they might Google Discovery Green and my photo might come up. Okay? So that's what optimizing means. That's what search engine optimizing. You optimizing your chances of being found a lot higher if you're naming those photos. How many of you have been naming your photos before uploading? So do you see this as a big boost? Okay? So continue to do that. Make sure you're optimizing. Now, the third thing that Google is going to go through when people type up a search, and we're only going to go through the top 3, but the third thing that they're searching for whenever you type in a search, they're going to search through content. And their most popular form of content right now to search through are blogs.
What?
Blogs. How many of you were aware of where the content, or anyone know where the content for Wikipedia comes from? You know when you search for something and Wikipedia always comes up with a definition?
From users.
Exactly. Did y'all know that? Those definitions from Wikipedia that are showing up on the internet when you Google something and it comes up with a Wikipedia definition, there's not a Wikipedia firm that's sitting around defining all this or putting in the definitions from a Wikipedia dictionary. Those definitions are coming from users, just like you and me. Okay? So that's why Google searches through blog content more than anything else, because they're looking for content coming from users. Okay? So keep that in mind. Those are the top 3 things. So what do you think we should be adding in our Playster website? Videos,
Pictures and blogs.
images, and blogs. Those are your 3 key things that you should be focused on adding in your Playster website in order to get you the highest possible SEO. So I'm going to go ahead and go to my Playster website. I'm going to just mention quickly, guys, that this is an advanced class. So it means that we move a little bit faster. We go through a little bit more material. And please, I do not want that to stop you from asking any questions, regardless of whether you think it's a basic question or not. Because Garrett has volunteered to sit in here with us, and if it is a basic question that was covered in previous class, all I'll do is say, Garrett, can you go and help them? And Garrett will get up and help you out there. So please, I don't want it to keep you from asking questions, okay? Please do. If it's one of the basic ones, Garrett will be happy to help you. I'll just point them in your direction, and we'll keep moving on. But there are some questions that I know we're all going to have, and I don't want you to hold back on those. Fair enough? Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank y'all so much for that. So now I'm going to go to my Playster website. Logging into mykw.kw.com main page is the only way to get to your Playster website right now. Okay? So this is the only way to get to your Playster website is by logging into mykw.kw.com. If you are logging into your Playster website by going to playster.com, you are not in the Playster website that Keller Williams provides for you. You are in another website designed by Playster that you will have to pay for if you don't already pay for. Okay? It'll have many of the same features, but it's not the one that you're already getting for your $25 a month that you pay in your office bill every month. $25 of